What if I told you that every single bite you take, yes, every forkful, every snack, every sip, is either helping your body heal and restore itself, or silently laying the foundation for future illness? I know, that might sound dramatic, but it's not fear, it's fact. Because behind the scenes of your daily habits, something deeper is happening. The food you eat each day doesn't just fill your stomach, it sends instructions to your cells, to your arteries, to your pancreas, to your heart. Each meal becomes a kind of message. And the question is, what message are you sending? We live in a time when we've been taught to look outside ourselves for answers. A pill for this, a quick fix for that. We wait for the diagnosis, for the symptoms, for the emergency. Then we act. But most chronic diseases, like heart disease and type 2 diabetes, don't arrive with flashing lights. They don't start with a dramatic moment. They build slowly, quietly, through the choices we repeat every single day. One sugary drink here, one skipped workout there, a lack of sleep, a plate without a single real vegetable. And then, one day, we wake up to a blood test that shocks us. Or we're sitting in a doctor's office hearing words like, "Your pressure is high. Your blood sugar is out of control. Your arteries are blocked." But here's something few people realize. Those outcomes were years in the making. They were built, silently, through food. Because food isn't just fuel. It's information. It's chemistry. It's power. Some foods reduce inflammation in your body. They help blood vessels stay flexible. They support healthy insulin function. They literally turn off disease pathways and turn on healing. Others? They do the opposite. They cause inflammation. They stiffen arteries. They spike blood sugar and leave you drained and foggy, day after day. And the most dangerous part? You often don't feel it. Not right away. There's no warning sign that says, "Hey, that frozen dinner just pushed you closer to insulin resistance." No alert pops up when your soda inflames your arterial lining. But it's happening, quietly, consistently, behind the scenes. And if that makes you pause, if that hits home, then take 1 second right now to subscribe to this channel. Hit the like button so this message reaches more people. Share it with a friend, a parent, a coworker, and tell me in the comments below. Did you ever imagine your food had this much influence over your heart and blood sugar? Because sometimes, one small step like this can lead someone to make a life-saving change. Now let's keep going. Here's what the research tells us loud and clear. Food is not neutral. It's either helping your body or hurting it. And the body keeps score. Some meals are like medicine, even more powerful than pills. Others are like poison, slow, silent, and hidden behind convenience. But you don't need to become a nutrition expert. You don't need to count every calorie. You just need to start paying attention to what you're feeding your future. Because when you know what to look for, you start to realize healing is not just possible. It's available. Today. You don't have to wait until your numbers are bad. You don't need to wait for the next scary checkup. You can start reversing the damage before it's ever too late. And it begins where so many illnesses begin, right on your plate. Today, I want to share with you 10 vegetables. Not just any vegetables. These are what I call natural shields, foods that protect. They fight inflammation. They help regulate blood sugar. They support your arteries, your insulin, your circulation. They don't just fill you, they fortify you. Some of them you might already have in your fridge. Others you might never have thought of as life-changing. But every single one has science-backed power to transform your health. One bite at a time, one day at a time. So stay with me, because your next meal could be the one that makes all the difference. Let's begin with a quiet powerhouse. Not a superfood that trends on social media, not a flashy ingredient you'll find in a celebrity detox plan, but one that's been sitting quietly in your grocery store, and maybe even in your fridge, this whole time. Spinach. You've seen it before. Maybe you've even tossed it into a salad without thinking twice. But this simple leafy green holds extraordinary power, the kind of power that can protect your heart, nourish your blood, and keep your energy stable long after your last bite. It's gentle in taste, soft in texture. But spinach is no lightweight. It's one of the most nutrient-dense plants on Earth, delivering massive benefits in just a small handful of leaves. For starters, it's rich in magnesium, a mineral most people are deficient in without even knowing it. Magnesium plays a critical role in hundreds of bodily processes, but one of its key functions is helping the body use insulin properly. When magnesium is present, insulin becomes more efficient, helping usher sugar out of the bloodstream and into the cells, where it belongs. This alone makes spinach a quiet champion in blood sugar control. But the story doesn't stop there. Spinach also provides an abundance of potassium, a mineral that works as a natural counter to sodium. While sodium tightens and stiffens your blood vessels, potassium helps relax and open them. This balance is essential for lowering high blood pressure, one of the greatest risk factors for heart attacks and strokes. Then there's one of spinach's lesser-known secrets. It's rich in natural nitrates. Now, these aren't the same as the artificial nitrates found in processed meats, the kind that harm the body. These are plant-based nitrates, which the body converts into nitric oxide, a molecule that signals your blood vessels to dilate, allowing for better blood flow, lower blood pressure, and improved oxygen delivery throughout the body. In simpler terms, spinach helps your heart beat with less strain. It reduces stiffness in your arteries. It eases the journey of your blood through your circulatory system, like widening the lanes on a crowded highway. And while all this is happening inside, spinach also delivers fiber, the kind that slows digestion, smooths out sugar absorption, and helps you feel full without spiking blood glucose levels. Fiber is like a built-in traffic controller for your blood sugar. It prevents sudden spikes. It helps keep your energy steady. It nourishes your gut microbiome, which plays a massive role in regulating inflammation, immunity, and even mental clarity. And yet, with all these incredible qualities, spinach remains modest. It asks for no attention. It doesn't cost much, and it fits easily into almost any meal. You can toss it into your eggs in the morning, blend it into a smoothie, you'll barely taste it. Add it raw into a bowl of leafy greens, or sauté it with garlic and olive oil for a warm, comforting side. Each time you do, something powerful happens. You're not just feeding yourself, you're feeding your future. You're strengthening your heart. You're calming your blood vessels. You're creating stability in your sugar, your energy, your blood pressure, your overall balance. And here's what's most remarkable. You don't need to eat bowls of it every day. Even small, consistent servings, a handful here, a cup there, accumulate over time. Because spinach doesn't need to be loud to be effective. It doesn't need to come with fancy packaging or bold marketing. Its power is in its quiet consistency, its ability to work in the background, healing, regulating, protecting. So the next time you see that bunch of spinach in the store, don't pass it by. Recognize it for what it truly is, a soft green leaf. That just might be one of the strongest defenders of your long-term health. Now, let's move from soft leafy greens to a vegetable that looks like a tiny tree, one that's been misunderstood by many, but quietly holds the potential to change your life from the inside out. Broccoli. Some call it bitter. Some push it to the side of the plate. But science says, bring it back to the center. Broccoli isn't just a vegetable. It's a full-body defender, loaded with compounds that detoxify, protect, and restore. Let's start with one of its most powerful natural weapons, sulforaphane. Sulforaphane is a sulfur-based compound found almost exclusively in cruciferous vegetables, and broccoli is one of the richest sources. When you chew broccoli, your body activates this compound. And once it's active, sulforaphane does something remarkable. It tells your body to switch on its internal detoxification systems. That's right. Your body has its own built-in detox team, and sulforaphane is the trigger that wakes it up. It helps your liver neutralize harmful chemicals. It supports enzymes that break down toxins before they reach your bloodstream, and it even helps reduce inflammation at the cellular level, including the walls of your arteries, where damage often begins. But the benefits don't stop there. Broccoli is also a friend to your blood sugar. It's rich in fiber, which slows digestion and helps sugar enter the bloodstream gradually, not in chaotic spikes. This helps prevent insulin surges, fatigue, and the roller coaster of highs and lows that so many people with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes know all too well. And there's more. Broccoli is packed with chromium, a trace mineral that improves how your body uses insulin. It makes insulin more efficient, allowing your cells to absorb sugar with less strain and less resistance. It also contains alpha-lipoic acid, a natural antioxidant that supports nerve health and enhances glucose metabolism. This is especially important for people with blood sugar issues, as high glucose can damage the small nerves in the hands, feet, and eyes over time. But broccoli doesn't just support the inside of your body, it also helps shape how your heart feels and functions. Let's talk about cholesterol. Broccoli's fiber binds to bile acids in your gut, compounds your body uses to digest fat. When this fiber binds to bile, your body has to pull cholesterol from the blood to make more, which naturally lowers LDL, the so-called bad cholesterol. That means less buildup in your arteries, less risk of plaque, and better flow where it matters most, through the vessels that feed your heart and brain. And despite its strength, broccoli is gentle on your system. It's low in calories, low in carbohydrates, but dense with nutrients, vitamins C and K, and compounds that fuel your body's defense systems from the ground up. Now, how should you prepare it? The key to unlocking broccoli's full potential lies in how you cook it. Boiling it until it's mushy? Not ideal. That can destroy many of its nutrients, including sulforaphane. But lightly steaming it for a few minutes, or roasting it with a touch of olive oil, garlic, and lemon, that preserves its texture, enhances its flavor, and activates its healing properties. And here's the beauty. Broccoli is versatile. You can mix it into stir-fries, toss it into soups, serve it with lean proteins, even blend it into purees or grain bowls. Whatever your lifestyle, broccoli finds a way to fit in. And every time you include it, even just a few times per week, you're not just adding color to your plate. You're adding defense to your arteries, stability to your blood sugar, and strength to your heart. It's time to stop thinking of broccoli as a boring side dish. It's time to see it for what it really is, a cellular-level healer, a natural detoxifier, a blood sugar ally, a heart warrior disguised as a vegetable, and it's been waiting, quietly, on your plate all along. Now let's talk about a vegetable that's often dismissed, misunderstood, even mocked at the dinner table. But secretly, it holds a kind of healing power that rivals some of the most respected foods in the world. Brussels sprouts. Small, round, and tightly packed like a miniature cabbage. These little green globes are often left behind by picky eaters, but they should be front and center on any plate that values protection, balance, and strength. Why? Because Brussels sprouts are part of the cruciferous vegetable family, the same powerful family that includes broccoli, cauliflower, and kale. And like their cousins, Brussels sprouts deliver serious biological benefits for your heart, your blood vessels, and your metabolic health. Let's start with one of their most impressive gifts, alpha-lipoic acid. This antioxidant compound plays a crucial role in how the body manages glucose and insulin. It helps your muscles absorb sugar from the bloodstream more efficiently, which means your pancreas doesn't have to work as hard, and your insulin stays more balanced throughout the day. That's huge, especially for anyone dealing with insulin resistance or prediabetes. But there's more. Brussels sprouts are packed with glucosinolates, natural plant chemicals that the body converts into detoxifying agents. These help your liver break down toxins, reduce inflammation, and even protect against damage at the cellular level, especially in the linings of your arteries. When arterial inflammation is kept under control, your blood flows more freely, your heart pumps with less resistance, and the chances of dangerous plaque buildup go down. These little sprouts also come loaded with fiber, the kind that does multiple jobs at once. It slows digestion, keeps blood sugar from spiking, lowers LDL cholesterol by helping remove excess fats, and feeds your gut bacteria, which are deeply connected to inflammation, immunity, and even hormone regulation. Brussels sprouts might be tiny, but their fiber content is dense and purposeful. One serving goes a long way in promoting satiety, stability, and inner calm for your body. And don't forget their impressive stash of vitamin K and vitamin C. Vitamin K supports calcium balance in the blood, keeping it where it belongs, in your bones, not your arteries. And vitamin C works as a powerful antioxidant, neutralizing free radicals that would otherwise inflame and age your cells, especially in the cardiovascular system. But as powerful as they are, Brussels sprouts need to be prepared the right way. If you've ever hated them, it probably wasn't their fault. It was the cooking. When overboiled or steamed too long, Brussels sprouts release sulfur compounds that create a bitter smell and flavor. But when roasted, gently caramelized with olive oil, sea salt, and perhaps a touch of balsamic vinegar, they transform into something delicious, nutty, crisp on the outside, tender in the middle, full of warmth and depth. You can even shave them raw into thin ribbons and toss them into a slaw with lemon and crushed walnuts, or sauté them with garlic and a splash of broth for a fast, nutrient-rich side. The key is to treat them with care, because these little sprouts are not just food. They're functional medicine on your plate. They work quietly, lowering oxidative stress, balancing blood sugar, cleansing the blood, and reducing the friction inside your arteries that can lead to long-term harm. They may not look like much, but don't let their size fool you. Brussels sprouts are mighty defenders of your heart, champions of your metabolism, and allies in the daily fight against silent inflammation. So the next time you pass by them in the produce section, give them a second look, because inside every tiny Brussels sprout is a force of healing your body will thank you for, not just today, but for years to come. Let's now turn to a leafy green that has earned its reputation, not because of marketing trends, but because of the incredible truth that lives within every deep green leaf. Kale. Strong, earthy, a little bitter, a little bold, just like the people who eat it every day and feel the difference. Kale is not just another salad ingredient. It's one of the most nutritionally dense foods on the planet. Ounce for ounce, it delivers more health-supporting compounds than many supplements combined. So, let's break down what makes kale a leaf with life-giving power. First, kale is loaded with vitamin K1, an essential nutrient that helps guide calcium into your bones and keeps it out of your arteries. You see, when calcium ends up in your bloodstream where it doesn't belong, it can harden and form plaque. This makes your arteries stiff, narrow, and harder for the heart to pump through, a major risk factor for heart disease. Vitamin K1 acts like a traffic cop. It says, calcium, this way to the bones. And by doing that, it keeps your blood vessels flexible and smooth, allowing for healthy circulation. But that's just the beginning. Kale is also rich in antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which don't just protect your vision. They also fight oxidative stress inside your blood vessels, reducing inflammation, slowing down aging, and protecting your cells from the invisible wear and tear of modern life. And when it comes to blood sugar, kale quietly does something brilliant. Its fiber content slows digestion, meaning glucose enters the bloodstream at a more controlled pace. No crashes, no spikes, just steady energy, calm focus, and a lighter load on your pancreas. But it's not just the fiber. Kale also contains chlorogenic acid, a plant compound that improves how your body processes sugar and fat, especially after meals. That's right. Kale doesn't just help before you eat. It helps your body respond after you eat too. Every time you include it, You're strengthening your body's ability to stay in balance. Now, let's talk about something most people ignore: inflammation. We hear the word often, but we don't always feel it. Yet it's one of the root causes of nearly every chronic disease. From heart disease to type 2 diabetes, from brain fog to joint pain, inflammation is the silent disruptor. Kale steps in here like a plant-based firefighter. Its compounds, like quercetin and kaempferol, help put out the inflammatory sparks before they become dangerous flames. And it does so with zero side effects. So, how can you eat it? Well, here's the key. Kale loves to be massaged. That's right. Take a handful of raw kale leaves, drizzle them with a little olive oil and lemon juice, and massage them gently with your fingers for about a minute. This breaks down the fibers, softens the texture, and removes the bitterness. Now you've got a tender, vibrant base for salads. Or saute it with garlic for a warm dish. Blend it into green smoothies for a nutrient-packed drink. Bake it into kale chips with just a pinch of sea salt. Add it to soups and stews. It holds up beautifully. And with every meal, every bite, you're not just eating a vegetable. You're consuming a natural multivitamin, one that your body knows how to absorb and use. Not synthetic, not made in a lab, grown in soil, powered by sunlight, and designed by nature to heal you from the inside out. Kale is strength food. It doesn't whisper, it roars inside your cells. It says, "You were made for vitality. Let's restore it." And as you make kale part of your weekly routine, you may notice your body thanking you in subtle ways. Steadier energy, smoother digestion, clearer skin, better sleep, and numbers on your labs that begin to move in the right direction. Because kale doesn't just sit on your plate, it gets to work, protecting, healing, and energizing, one leaf at a time. Now let's move from deep green to a vibrant, bold red. A fruit that's so common, so familiar, we often forget just how powerful it truly is. Tomatoes. They show up on sandwiches, in salads, in sauces and stews. They're in nearly every cuisine around the world. But most people have no idea they're also one of the most cardioprotective foods on Earth. Why? Because inside that juicy red flesh is a compound that deserves our full attention: lycopene. Lycopene is a powerful antioxidant, one that gives tomatoes their bright red color and gives your body a remarkable shield against oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is what happens when unstable molecules, called free radicals, start attacking your cells, especially the delicate linings of your blood vessels. Left unchecked, this can trigger inflammation, plaque buildup, and damage that raises your risk of heart disease and even insulin resistance. But lycopene comes in like a natural defense system, neutralizing free radicals before they can do harm, and keeping your arteries more flexible, clear, and open. In fact, multiple studies have shown that people who consume higher levels of lycopene have a lower risk of cardiovascular disease, especially when it comes from cooked tomatoes, where the compound becomes even more bioavailable. Yes, you heard that right. Cooked tomatoes release more lycopene than raw ones. That means tomato sauce, roasted tomatoes, or even a simple stew with olive oil can offer more healing than you might expect. But lycopene isn't the only reason tomatoes are the heart's red guardian. They also contain potassium, which helps lower blood pressure by relaxing blood vessels and balancing sodium levels. Vitamin C, which strengthens blood vessel walls and enhances immune defense. And folate, a B vitamin that supports heart rhythm and reduces homocysteine, a compound linked to arterial damage when elevated. But here's something truly special. Tomatoes don't just help your heart, they also support your blood sugar, in a way that's subtle but powerful. Even though they taste slightly sweet, tomatoes are actually low on the glycemic index, meaning they don't spike your blood sugar the way refined carbs or sugary fruits might. Instead, they provide hydration, fiber, and nutrients without triggering insulin chaos. Plus, their antioxidant content helps reduce the silent inflammation that contributes to insulin resistance over time. So let's recap. Tomatoes help lower blood pressure, reduce arterial inflammation, fight oxidative damage, support healthy cholesterol, keep blood sugar balanced, and enhance nutrient absorption when combined with healthy fats like olive oil. And the best part? They're easy, they're accessible, they're versatile. Slice them raw over a bed of greens. Make a fresh salsa with cilantro, onion, and lime. Roast them with garlic for a warming side dish. Stir them into lentils, beans, or brown rice. Simmer them into a heart-loving tomato sauce with basil and oregano. Every way you prepare them, you unlock more of their healing power. And if you pair tomatoes with olive oil, you amplify lycopene absorption even more, thanks to the healthy fat that helps transport it into your cells. It's a beautiful synergy, one that nature designed, and one that modern science continues to confirm. So the next time you reach for a tomato, don't think of it as just a salad topping. Think of it as a red guardian, protecting your heart with every bite. It's colorful, it's delicious, and it's working quietly, meal after meal, to support the health you're building from within. Now let's talk about a vegetable that often surprises people. Because it's sweet, it's crunchy, it's bright orange, and often thought of more as a snack for kids or rabbits. But in truth, carrots are far more intelligent than they look. They're sweet, but smart. A clever ally for both your heart and your blood sugar. At first glance, some might assume carrots are too sugary to be good for people managing diabetes or insulin resistance. But here's where the science says otherwise. Carrots may contain natural sugars, but they also have a low glycemic index. That means the sugars in carrots are released slowly into your bloodstream, thanks to their high fiber content, keeping your blood sugar levels more steady and your energy more stable. No sugar crash, no insulin spike. Just slow, smart fuel for your cells. But the magic of carrots doesn't stop with fiber. Carrots are absolutely packed with beta-carotene, a plant pigment that the body converts into vitamin A. This nutrient is essential not only for your vision, but also for the health of your skin, immune system, and, most importantly, your arterial walls. That's right. Vitamin A helps maintain the integrity of your blood vessels, so they remain smooth, resilient, and able to handle pressure without damage. And let's not forget, beta-carotene is also a powerful antioxidant, neutralizing free radicals before they can inflame or scar your arteries. The deeper the orange color of the carrot, the richer it is in this protective compound. And the more you consume over time, the more those benefits accumulate silently, day by day, meal by meal. But carrots also bring another gift: soluble fiber. This type of fiber binds to cholesterol in your digestive system and helps remove it from your body before it ever enters your bloodstream. Less LDL, bad cholesterol, means less plaque building up in your arteries and a reduced risk of heart attacks and strokes. Carrots are also a natural anti-inflammatory, thanks to compounds like falcarinol, a phytonutrient that's been studied for its ability to reduce inflammation and even support cellular defense. So, while they seem innocent, carrots are strategic. They're protecting your arteries, your vision, your blood sugar, and your immune defenses all at once. Now let's talk about preparation. Carrots are among the most versatile vegetables you can eat. You can enjoy them raw, crunchy, and satisfying. You can steam them lightly to soften the texture. You can roast them with herbs and spices to caramelize their natural sugars, creating a rich, deep flavor that feels indulgent but is incredibly good for you. Even better, cooking carrots slightly increases the bioavailability of beta-carotene, meaning your body can absorb more of it. And if you want to maximize that absorption, here's a tip. Pair carrots with a small amount of healthy fat, like olive oil, avocado, or nuts. Why? Because vitamin A is fat-soluble. That means your body needs fat to fully absorb it and put it to work. You can also juice carrots, but be mindful. Without the fiber, carrot juice can spike blood sugar faster than whole carrots. So it's always better to eat the whole vegetable when possible, skin and all. So next time you see a bunch of carrots sitting in the produce aisle, don't dismiss them as basic or boring. They're sweet, Yes, but they're also strategic, functional, and deeply healing. Carrots work quietly. They don't demand attention. But inside their vibrant color is a message. You can have sweetness and strength in the same bite. And the more you include them in your daily meals, in salads, side dishes, soups, or roasted medleys, the more you invite in the kind of support your heart and blood sugar need every single day. Carrots don't just feed your body. They guide it, gently and intelligently, toward balance, energy, and longevity. Now, let's shift the conversation. Let's talk about fat. Yes, the word that for decades was feared, avoided, misunderstood. We were told fat was the enemy, that if you wanted a healthy heart, you needed to go low fat. No exceptions. But today, science paints a very different picture. Because not all fat is created equal. And in fact, some fats don't harm your heart. They protect it. And one of the most powerful examples of healing fat comes from a creamy green fruit that tastes like a vegetable, nourishes like a superfood, and comforts like nature's own butter. Avocado. Avocados are rich, smooth, satisfying, but they're also medicinal in the truest sense of the word. Why? Because the primary type of fat found in avocados is monounsaturated fat, the same heart-healthy fat that made the Mediterranean diet so famous. This type of fat has been shown to lower LDL, bad cholesterol, raise HDL, good cholesterol, and reduce triglyceride levels, all of which add up to better heart health and less arterial damage, but that's only the beginning. Avocados also help regulate blood sugar, and they do it in a beautifully subtle way. When you eat carbohydrates alone, like toast or fruit, your blood sugar can rise rapidly. But when you pair those carbs with healthy fat, like a slice of avocado, the fat slows digestion, reduces the glucose spike, and provides a more even energy release over time. That means fewer sugar crashes, fewer insulin surges, more balance, more calm, more control. But that's not all avocados have to offer. They're packed with potassium, even more than bananas, which helps relax blood vessels and support a healthy blood pressure. They contain magnesium, which improves insulin sensitivity, vitamin E, which protects your cells from oxidative stress, and lutein, which supports not only your eyes, but also the health of your arteries. All of this inside a soft, delicious, versatile fruit you can enjoy at any meal. And the fiber? Avocados are one of the rare foods that combine both soluble and insoluble fiber, supporting gut health, improving digestion, and further regulating blood sugar by slowing the absorption of glucose into the bloodstream. Let's pause for a second here. This is a fruit that contains the kind of fat that heals, more potassium than most fruits, more fiber than many vegetables, and nutrients that protect your heart and brain, all in one single satisfying package. And yet, it's so easy to eat. Slice it over salads, mash it onto whole grain toast, blend it into a smoothie for creaminess, add it to soups, grain bowls, tacos, or simply eat it with a spoon and a pinch of salt. Its texture comforts, its flavor soothes, and its nutrients, they go to work immediately. But let's not forget one of the most important things about avocado. It helps your body absorb the nutrients in the other foods you eat. That's right. Fat is required for your body to fully absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. So, when you eat avocado with kale, carrots, or spinach, you're not just getting avocado's benefits. You're amplifying the power of those vegetables too. It's like avocado is not only a healer, it's a nutrient activator. So here's the truth. Avocado isn't just healthy because of what it contains. It's healthy because of what it allows your body to do better. It supports your heart. It balances your sugar. It nourishes your brain. It helps you feel full, focused, and stable. It's fat. But it's the kind that heals, not harms. And in a world where people are still afraid of fat, avocado stands as a quiet, creamy reminder that the body doesn't need extremes. It needs wisdom. It needs balance. and sometimes it needs a little bit of good fat to function at its best. Let's take a closer look at a vegetable that's been around for centuries, yet still doesn't get the respect it deserves. A vegetable that's been quietly nourishing peasant tables and royal kitchens alike. A staple in stews, slaws, and healing broths. I'm talking about cabbage, especially its most powerful variety, red cabbage. Now you might see cabbage as humble, simple, cheap, but behind its tightly packed leaves is a treasure chest of healing compounds, the kind that shield your arteries, regulate your blood sugar, and reduce inflammation deep in your system. Red cabbage, in particular, has something that sets it apart: anthocyanins. These are the natural pigments that give red cabbage its striking purple-red color. But they do more than make your plate look beautiful. Anthocyanins are potent antioxidants, and research shows they can reduce the risk of heart disease by lowering oxidative stress, improving blood flow, and keeping arterial walls flexible and strong. Think of it this way: red cabbage is like armor for your arteries. It doesn't just sit there. It actively protects. It helps prevent the buildup of plaque. It eases inflammation inside the blood vessels, and it works to reverse some of the silent damage caused by years of poor diet, stress, or elevated blood sugar. But that's not all. Cabbage also contains sulforaphane, another cruciferous compound known for supporting the liver's detoxification pathways. This helps your body flush out harmful substances before they can damage your cardiovascular or endocrine systems. It also contains glutamine, an amino acid that supports gut health and lowers chronic inflammation, which plays a major role in both heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Let's talk about fiber again, because cabbage is rich in it. The fiber in cabbage not only supports digestion and regularity, it also binds to excess cholesterol in your intestines, helping remove it from your body before it reaches your bloodstream. That means less LDL buildup and more room for your heart to breathe. And while cabbage is low in calories and carbs, it's high in vitamins C and K, as well as important minerals like manganese and folate, all of which support metabolic function, blood pressure regulation, and cellular repair. Here's something powerful. Just 1 cup of raw red cabbage delivers more than 50% of your daily vitamin C. That's enough to help strengthen your blood vessel walls, improve immune function, and protect against oxidative aging, all from something that costs just a few cents. And because red cabbage is so affordable, it's one of the most accessible superfoods you can buy. It doesn't need to be imported. It doesn't require fancy recipes. And it stores well, staying fresh in your fridge for weeks. Now, let's talk preparation. You can shred red cabbage into slaws, raw, crisp, and refreshing. Toss it with lemon, olive oil, and sea salt for a simple detox salad. Sauté it with garlic, onions, and a splash of vinegar for a warm, anti-inflammatory side dish. Or stir-fry it with ginger for an immune-boosting, circulation-enhancing combo. You can even ferment it, turning it into natural probiotics like sauerkraut or kimchi, which not only boost digestion but also improve insulin sensitivity and reduce gut-related inflammation that's been linked to chronic illness. Every time you eat cabbage, especially red cabbage, you're feeding your body a message. I care about your arteries. I'm giving you armor. I'm choosing protection over punishment. And perhaps most importantly, you're proving that powerful healing doesn't have to be expensive, exotic, or extreme. Sometimes it's as simple as adding a little more color, a little more crunch, a little more cabbage to your life. Because red cabbage isn't just food. It's a quiet protector, a purple shield, a daily reminder that healing doesn't have to shout. It just has to show up, consistently, compassionately, on your plate. Sometimes, the most powerful allies in your kitchen are the ones hiding in plain sight. They're not flashy. They don't have exotic names or expensive labels. They don't need marketing, because what they offer speaks for itself. Cauliflower is one of those heroes. Soft white florets, mild flavor, simple appearance. But behind that simplicity, a powerhouse of detox, defense, and dietary wisdom. especially for your heart and blood sugar. Cauliflower is a cruciferous vegetable, just like broccoli, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts, and it carries all the healing traits of this elite plant family: anti-inflammatory compounds, antioxidant capacity, and cellular defense systems that work at the deepest levels of your body. Let's start with its most important gift: sulforaphane. This compound has been studied for its ability to activate your body's own detox enzymes, which help the liver neutralize harmful toxins and remove them from your system before they damage your blood vessels or raise your risk of disease. It's like flipping a genetic switch that tells your body, "Start cleaning house." But cauliflower doesn't stop at detox. It also helps regulate blood sugar. Why? Because it's naturally low in carbohydrates and high in fiber, the perfect combination for anyone trying to control insulin spikes or reduce glucose variability. Cauliflower doesn't trigger a sugar rush. It helps prevent one. It slows digestion. It gives your body time to process nutrients without stress. And it provides a gentle, filling sensation without the metabolic cost of starchy foods. That's why cauliflower has become a go-to replacement for high-carb sides like potatoes and rice. But here's the secret. It's not just a substitute, it's an upgrade. Because when you swap mashed potatoes for mashed cauliflower, or use cauliflower rice instead of white rice, you're not just lowering carbs. You're delivering vitamins, antioxidants, and compounds that support your arteries, your liver, and your pancreas, all at once. Let's break down more of what's inside. Vitamin C, to strengthen blood vessels and reduce inflammation. Vitamin K, to regulate calcium and protect against arterial stiffening. Choline, a nutrient essential for brain and liver health, often missing from modern diets. And folate, magnesium, and B vitamins, all crucial for cellular repair and circulation. Now, here's something few people realize. Cauliflower also supports gut health, which is directly tied to blood sugar and heart function. Its fiber feeds beneficial bacteria, helping reduce systemic inflammation, which scientists now believe is the common thread behind obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. So when you eat cauliflower, you're not just nourishing your heart, you're healing your gut. And when your gut heals, everything improves: your energy, your weight, your immunity, your hormones. Now let's talk about what makes cauliflower so beloved in modern kitchens. Versatility. It's one of the most adaptable vegetables on the planet. You can steam it, roast it, mash it, rice it, grill it, bake it into crusts, even blend it into creamy sauces or low-carb soups. Its neutral flavor makes it a blank canvas for spices, herbs, and oils, and its texture can mimic starchy comfort foods, while delivering clean, anti-inflammatory nutrition. Want something indulgent without the blood sugar crash? Try roasted cauliflower tossed in turmeric, garlic, and olive oil. Craving pizza? Use cauliflower crust and feel good after eating it. Need a quick side dish? Steam florets and drizzle with tahini or lemon butter. There are no limits, and every version gives your body a boost. So the next time you see cauliflower, don't think bland, don't think boring, think blood sugar support, arterial detox, gut healing, cellular regeneration, nutrient-dense comfort food. Cauliflower is proof that low carb doesn't have to mean low nourishment. It's gentle, flexible, powerful, and like all great healing foods, its strength isn't in being loud, it's in being consistent. Just one more reason why the simplest vegetables are sometimes the smartest. And now we arrive at one of the most elegant vegetables on the plate: slender, graceful, rich in texture and color. But don't let its delicate appearance fool you, because this vegetable doesn't just decorate your dish, it cleanses your body from the inside out. I'm talking about asparagus. Often considered a springtime delicacy, asparagus has been celebrated for thousands of years, not just for its flavor, but for its remarkable medicinal properties. In ancient Greece, asparagus was used as a natural remedy for kidney and bladder health. In traditional medicine, it was prized for its ability to cleanse, regulate, and rejuvenate. And today, modern science is confirming what ancient healers already knew. Asparagus is a natural detoxifier, especially for your heart, your blood, and your sugar metabolism. Let's begin with what makes asparagus so unique. It's a natural diuretic. That means it helps the body gently release excess fluid and sodium, reducing blood pressure, easing strain on the heart, and decreasing bloating or swelling caused by water retention. And it does this without depleting the body of key minerals like some synthetic diuretics do. Why? Because asparagus is also rich in potassium and magnesium, the very nutrients your heart needs to stay calm, balanced, and rhythmically strong. When you eat asparagus, it's like giving your cardiovascular system a fresh rinse. Excess sodium flows out. Toxins are filtered more efficiently. Your blood becomes lighter, cleaner, easier to pump. But that's just the beginning. Asparagus is packed with fiber, especially a type called inulin, a prebiotic that feeds the good bacteria in your gut. Why does that matter? Because your gut microbiome plays a direct role in regulating blood sugar, cholesterol, and inflammation, all of which influence your risk for heart disease and diabetes. When you feed your gut what it needs, it helps you absorb nutrients more efficiently, reduce insulin resistance, and calm inflammation from the inside out, and asparagus does exactly that. But there's more. Asparagus is a rich source of glutathione, one of the body's most powerful antioxidants. Glutathione helps the liver detox harmful compounds, protects cells from oxidative stress, and supports immune function at a foundational level. In simple terms, it helps your body stay clean, resilient, and protected. Asparagus also delivers vitamin K to guide calcium into your bones and keep your arteries soft, vitamin A for immune health and endothelial repair, folate for cell growth and cardiovascular health, and asparagine, a natural amino acid that supports nerve and kidney function. All of that in a thin green stalk that's ready in under 10 minutes. Now, how do you prepare it? The key to asparagus is respecting its texture. Don't overboil it, don't drown it. Let it shine with simple methods. You can steam it lightly, then squeeze fresh lemon over the top. Grill it until just charred for a smoky flavor. Roast it with olive oil and garlic for a caramelized edge, or slice it raw and toss it into salads for a refreshing crunch. It pairs well with lean proteins, eggs, legumes, even heart-healthy grains like quinoa. It's a supporting actor that never steals the spotlight, but always makes the meal better. And when you eat it regularly, the difference becomes visible. In your digestion, in your blood pressure, in how your body handles carbs and salt. Because asparagus is more than a food. It's a cleansing ritual, a green signal that says, I'm ready to support you. I'm here to help you let go of what no longer serves you. So whether it's spring or not, asparagus deserves a place on your plate, not just because it's elegant, but because it's effective. And sometimes, the gentlest plants deliver the most powerful results. So now you've seen it. Not just the theory, not just the numbers or the facts, but the quiet truth that's been sitting in your kitchen all along. Your food is your first medicine, not a replacement for doctors, not a miracle overnight fix, but a reliable, powerful ally, something you control, something you choose, something that speaks to every cell in your body, 3 times a day. And what we've explored together today? These aren't exotic plants. They're not rare or expensive. They're not locked behind labels or trends. They're just vegetables. Ordinary to the eye, but extraordinary in how they serve your body. Spinach, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, kale, tomatoes, carrots, avocado, red cabbage, cauliflower, and asparagus. Each one different, each one unique, but all of them working toward the same mission: to reduce inflammation, to stabilize blood sugar, to support your arteries, and to protect your heart from the silent damage that builds over time. Because healing doesn't always arrive with noise. It doesn't always come in a bottle. Sometimes it comes with a knife, a cutting board, and a few minutes of care. It comes in colors: green, orange, red, purple. It comes in texture: crisp, smooth, soft, hearty. It comes with intention. And the most important part? It doesn't require perfection. You don't have to change everything. You don't have to count every bite. You don't need a new diet or a label for your lifestyle. You just need to start with one simple choice. Add one of these vegetables to your plate today, then do it again tomorrow, then again. Because health doesn't come from extremes. It comes from consistency, from building meals that serve your future, not just your cravings, from honoring your body not through restriction, but through nourishment. And over time, these small choices become something bigger. They become protection. They become strength. They become freedom from fear, from fatigue, from frustration with your health. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. So the next time you're in the store or standing in front of your fridge, remember what you've learned here. That one forkful can be the beginning of a new story. One where your body works with you, not against you. One where you're not just surviving, but truly living, with clarity, energy, and heart. Because food isn't just fuel, it's a conversation. And now, you know how to speak the language of healing. If this message spoke to you, if even one of these vegetables reminded you of something you've been meaning to change, then take this as your sign to start. Today. And if you found value here, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Click the like button. It helps more people discover this message. Share this video with someone you care about. A parent, a spouse, a friend. Sometimes a simple gesture like that can truly change someone's life. And in the comments below, tell me, which of these healing foods will you bring into your life this week? I'd love to hear your thoughts and celebrate that first step with you. Remember, you don't need to do it all. You just need to begin. One choice, one plate, one forkful at a time.